Hello, it's Dawn. Welcome into the Spiritual View. I hope you had the opportunity to view our new moon in Virgo that was at 0 degrees. And this was the beginning of eclipse season. So we will have also the eclipse energy for September 7th. We'll be doing a live on September 6th for that. And also this Wednesday, I'm going to be doing a live called Learn As You Go Astrology. And it's a sample class that I'm going to actually be offering 4 classes in September where we look at the energies of what the eclipses are and look at personal charts so that people can have an idea of what's going on in their personal lives and how some of those retrogrades are going to affect them. Because that's the big energy of what's going on for everyone right now. And it's really a helpful little thing to find out how that may be affecting you. So pop in onto the live on Wednesday, and we will have the opportunity to answer some questions live. And I will have sample charts of some of the other Spiritual View members to give us examples to show you what I usually do when I'm looking at people's charts. So let's go ahead and get started for what this energy of this Virgo season is like. And I did actually pick the Moonology. I'm going to use this as an oracle card deck, and I want 3 cards to come out because this energy is coming up so strong, and we're coming into a lunar eclipse. So, here we have one volunteer. New moon in Cancer. Relax. Relax. I like that because I have my own personal opinion what we should be doing for the Virgo season. And a lot of that is grounding ourselves, getting ourselves used to being in the energy of the observer, protection for our own energies, and not getting too upset about what's going on out in the world around us, because some things are just meant to happen so that we can clear out old energies and move on to the better. So I did have another card pop out. Actually 2 more. So I guess I'll quit shuffling. So this is Gemini, new moon in Gemini, think it through. And the reading that I did for the astrology coming up for this week, Venus is going to be bombarded today, because today is Monday. She's going to be bombarded with this energy of Uranus is in a sextile, which is fine. Maybe a helpful surprise somewhere, but she's going to get the energy of all at once, because they're very tightly located. You're going to have a energy of a trine to Saturn and Neptune that are in Aries. So she'll get that when she enters Leo today. And then she's got then in Aquarius is going to be opposition. I take that back. It's an opposition to Pluto. I had an opposition to Pluto with my son. It's not a fun time when you have that going on. So Venus, I think, especially if she's strong in your chart, like you're a Libra or you are a Taurus, the energy of Venus and Mercury is also in that sign. I would say you're going to get very heavy emotional energy, I think, going through, especially this first part of this week, up until like Friday, when she is separating away from all these big energies and is like, okay, I need space. I need space to just think things through. Then come on Friday, this is why I think this is interesting, this new moon in Gemini, think it through. Then I think when Friday and the weekend comes around, that'll give you an opportunity to discuss things more. Okay, and this is the last quarter moon in Sagittarius. Practice gratitude. Well said. Sagittarius energy is about the bigger picture. And part of the things that I feel is going to be protection for us as we're going forward with all of the crazy things that are going to be happening in the next 6 months. Crazy things. And us practicing gratitude. And I'm so grateful that I have amazing friends. I'm so grateful that I love my community. I'm so grateful that I'm able to wind down and relax and have comfort in my home. So things like that that you can continue to, be grateful for and thankful for, and find little things. I love the fall. We're coming into fall now. And to me, it is so amazing. I'm like, oh, yay, sweatshirt weather and jeans. Yay. Let me get my hiking boots out. I'm from Minnesota, so this is my jam. That energy is just find out what makes you joyful, what brings you joy, what little things, petting your cat or your dog, or talking to a good friend on the phone, anything like that. So I'm going to I feel like the cards don't really, well, I take that back. Okay, some just came out, so I'm going to go ahead and use these. So underneath new moon in Cancer, 3 of Wands, we have, with this Virgo energy, I feel strongly, and with this Cancer moon energy, I feel that it's being in the receiving mode. Not I think there's new things that are going to be coming in. I think it's allowing those energies to come in and not fighting change, because there are things that are going to change. People are going to be losing their jobs, and that's AI related. That's not a big surprise. A lot of things are going to be changing. There's going to be different things happening with how people spend their money, what they feel is important to them. And then underneath the new moon in Gemini, it's think it through. It's the Knight of Swords. And swords are very much about the thoughts. And the Knight of Swords is the fastest moving knight, I believe. And if it's not, it's the second fastest. So, and it's underneath Gemini, which to me is like, yeah, those thoughts are going to be coming in, zing, 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 zing. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of things thrown at you. So this is the time to practice being grounded in your body, and not getting too caught up in what's going on. I always say the only thing really that you need to watch is 15 minutes of weather, and you will get the rest of the news in that you need to get, because of all the people that are around you. Anything big always manages to come through, but don't get caught up in that, because what you give your attention to is where your energy goes, right? So that's your focus. Where your focus is, that's where your energy is. And you don't want to give energy to things that are breaking down. We don't want it to last longer than it needs to, right? So underneath the last quarter moon in Sagittarius, what is coming out? The Knight of Wands. Again, this is still fast moving energy. So I feel like there's a lot of movement going on. But during this Virgo season, I will say that I get the sense, yeah, here we go, Tower. Okay, I'm going to put that over here. Yes, because we're going to be getting towers. We're going to be getting towers. Towers can be good or bad, but you need to allow the tower to happen, and you need to deal with it, and you need to take the hint, because they're happening for a reason. And with the eclipses here, eclipses are fated energy. That means that they're there to get you on your path where you should be going. And sometimes the only way that the universe can get you to do that is by causing a tower. Otherwise, you wouldn't change, and you need to. And everybody is going to have change. Everyone. Everybody on earth, everybody in the world is going to have change happening. So you need to be accepting that there's going to be change, and how you direct your thoughts will help ease you through this change. If you are stubborn and like, no, I'm not going to change, I'm going to go back to the old ways of doing things, the old ways aren't going to exist very much in the future. I mean, I think there's going to be huge changes coming. So what else do we have coming out? Flip. The Fool. Brand new starts. Brand new starts. It's a new beginning. It's new chapters for everyone. The Magician, Gemini energy. Use what you have around you, and you can make magic with that. I think you'll find that's a very easy and surprising energy that you can follow. And Four of Wands, there is going to be stability. There is going to be stability out there. So that's like, I also got the little message hit here that this is also your tribe. This is your family, but it doesn't have to be family by blood. It can be family by who you vibrationally match, right? There's people that we've had disagreements with, and we just can't solve whatever that issue is. And sometimes we naturally start just not having a lot to do with those people, not because we hate them or anything like that, but we just don't have any common points of interest anymore. Those little nodes that that you think of as, oh, well, our kids used to go to school together. Well, now your kids are all grown up and you don't really see them anymore. So you just naturally don't have as much to do with them just because they're not in a regular, you're not seeing them on a regular basis. That's not happening for you. So what else can we bring through for this? I just looked up and it was 11:11. It's so funny. Boy, I tell you, watch for synchronicities because the angels are trying to talk to you. So the first thing that they do is they try and get, they try and make you look at numbers and go, see this 111? Hi, we're trying to get your attention. And then they start playing a game of charades. It's like, okay, what messages can I get through that they'll understand? Four of Pentacles. I think people are going to be cautious about spending money, and I don't think that's a bad idea. I think it's like, okay, be aware of where you're putting your investments and your money. This is not a money talk, but and I'm not a financial advisor, but this is just saying, think about, do I really need to go to McDonald's 5 days a week? Is that the best use of my money? What else? Six of Swords, moving into calmer waters. It's like things being afloat and things, it's just like, yes, there's going to be some uproar, but things will calm down, things will settle in. And, this is your little lifeboat, right? Moving into, I do get the energy of moving being necessary. And I wouldn't be surprised because I think there's going to be a lot of flooding. We're having two big signs, two big planets, Saturn and Neptune going back into Pisces. And when those planets were at the late degrees of Pisces before, especially they're both going to be going over that 29 degrees or hitting the 29 degrees, there was a lot of flooding in different places all over the world. And I think that's going to be happening more. And I think there's going to be natural water disasters. But that's part of the world, Gaia, leveling up and changing. So what do we have here? Again, the Hanging Man, looking at things from a different perspective. And to me, I think that is a huge part of what this advice is. There are going to be towers. There are going to be towers. There are going to be opportunities. I think waiting for your ship to come in, there's the Fool card. I mean, there's a lot of major arcana here, but when you end up with just think of things from a different point of view. Abundance, I would say our definition of abundance is going to be changing. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think we have more things than money that should be counted as abundance. So look at those ideas and see where you can ground yourself in and be prepared during this Virgo season. This is the time to take care of your body, take care of your spirit, just feel like you're getting prepared for the big shifts that we're going to be going through. And if you get in that practice, it'll serve you very well as we're moving through this next 6 months. So please come and join me on Wednesday at the live. And I hope to see you at that time. And I hope that you are interested in joining class. So have a good Monday. Bye.